Nice little spot for a second coffee. Screw it. I tried. I'm going to a bakery. Did you help yourself to your treat while I was gone? Surprise!
There ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Got to find your own.
That book is called How to Survive a Bear Attack, a memoir. I spoke with Claire Cameron in March. Here's our conversation. Tell me about that couple's trip to Bates Island in 1991. What happened to that couple?
It was Canadian Thanksgiving, so it was late in the year, quite cold, October. And they set out from the Opiongo store in Algonquin Park. And then last they were seen was paddling away from, or motoring away from the dock. A search party found their remains 5 days later, and it was established that a black bear had attacked them.
Which is really unusual. Right?
Very. I can't tell you. It's almost, your chances are null.
So rare you say that it could be a statistic anomaly.
If you're going to get into trouble in a place like Algonquin Park, a wilderness area, statistically it's heart attacks, the car drive on the way there, bee stings, dog bites, drowning.
These are all the things that will happen to you before a bear
more
attacks
likely,
you.
yes.
Thousands of people moving out of northern Manitoba. The Canadian Armed Forces has accelerated their efforts.
As Premier Bob Canoe on the dire situation in northern Manitoba. Esports Stanley Cup Final, Florida and Edmonton.
There's a handful of places where experience helps you. You get to the final, or you get into any buildings that are passionate about the sport. I guess that's probably all 32 at some point, but it'll be loud. There's just enough men in that room that have been through it.
A confident Florida coach Paul race ahead of Wednesday's Game 1 in Edmonton. And trending today, the Hunter brothers. All we need is a handful of stars. Come the songs and again guitar. Ain't no dress code, ain't no code. Just another homegrown night. The Hunters in Cranbrook tonight for the Homegrown Nights Tour. That and more.
Hi, I see you. I see you. You're very good. I know. You do a very good job. Thank you. Bears, birds, deer, coyotes, cows. I know. You're a very good girl. Thank you so much.
Who do I want to be in this world? How do I want to make people feel? What do I want to create that's going to bring more inspiration and healing to myself and others?
Big River started out as a mill town and was built and owned by the Big River Lumber Company, which was incorporated in Winnipeg in 1903. The first settlement sprung up around Cowan's Mill near here in 1906. The town's website boasts that the community of Big River has a history rich with pioneering spirit, entrepreneurial vigor, and loads of determination. And the community began with determined people that had a vision of establishing businesses in forestry, commercial fishing, and agriculture. Logging boats. The Ladder Lake Company purchased 2 boats with the help of the sawmill operation. Many of the boats that are here hauled lumber up and down the Big River. Nice little spot for a second coffee. It's a little chilly outside, but nice to get out, let Sadie get out and sniff. And now back on the road. First stop though, I need a gas station to watch that windshield. The bugs are terrible. So, look, I don't know if you can see. It's bad. Look at that. So this town is called I think it's Big River. Yeah, Big River. In Saskatchewan, of course. Won't be making it to Manitoba today. Thelma and Louise's Lounge. I like it.
And I'll take care of you along the way. My love, one day at a time, will leave our troubles behind. And you'll take care of me along the way. My love, one day at a time, will leave our troubles behind. Here with you in our treetop view. Well, it takes me to when I was young. I fell before, but I can't ignore that it's nothing like I'm falling now. No, it's nothing like I'm falling now. And I'll take care of you along the way. My love, one day at a time, will leave our troubles behind. And you'll take care of me along the way. My love, one day at a time, will leave our troubles behind.
This adorable little town is in the center of Saskatchewan's Parkland region, which means it has access to a lot of parks and lakes in the area. There are parks like Emerald Lake, Memorial Lake, and Sturgeon Lake, and it's also close to Prince Albert National Park. Wow. This is adorable. I don't think I had a stop sign. No, I did not. Fines start at $100. No left turn. Can I go straight? Can I... Is this closed? I don't think this is open. Senior Center. I wouldn't mind just hanging out right here. Alright, this is a good place to stop and get out and stretch our legs, and I'm gonna make some breakfast. I think I'm gonna make some almond flour pancakes. I chose one of 3 grain elevators in Shellbrook for my breakfast spot today. Well, I tried to eat a healthy breakfast and it failed miserably. I tried to throw together, I've been making weird pancakes with almond flour instead of just buckwheat flour. And I've been throwing them together and they've been okay, but today they were terrible. They stuck to the pan, they burned, they wouldn't cook in the middle, so screw it. I tried. I'm going to a bakery. Bakery. Woohoo. Can I just park? No, you know what? I'll go this way. It's not bad tasting, it's just weak. I think it was an Irish couple. Yeah, they were an Irish couple. They came up in my feed on YouTube. They were leaving Canada going into the U.S. and they were really worried about going into the U.S., as they should be. Rightly so, with everything that's going on. But anyway, one of the things that they said is they hoped that they would find good coffee in the U.S. because the coffee in Canada wasn't very good. I don't know where they're going. I was thinking, like, yeah, if you're going to Tim Hortons, but yeah, it's a little weak. It doesn't taste like espresso at all. But let's see how that is. You know, it is hard. Let's see what we can do here. It's hard. What's one of the best things about traveling, going on vacation? It's eating all the food, right? So it can be really hard traveling a lot. And how many times a day am I going to tell myself no when I'm going through local places and I see bakeries and candy stores and local favorite foods and things like that? And most of the time I say no, but every once in a while I say yes. Oh, that's very good. It's very cinnamony. Did you eat your treat? Did you help yourself to your treat while I was gone? Are you going to plead the fifth? Well, since I don't see it here, I would take that as a yes. And you're allowed to do that. I said it there. Because you wouldn't eat it earlier. Did you take it? Did you help yourself? You did. Oh, I forgot I was wearing this hat. All right, I gotta get on the road. That's very good. That makes up for the so-so coffee. They had oat milk, so it's a cappuccino with oat milk. Ish. And I'll probably pay for this later. Gluten probably has dairy in it.
Vegan police, they live inside of my head. The vegan police, they're coming to me in my bed. The vegan police, they're coming to arrest me. Oh no!
Yeast. But right now, I'm not going to think about any of that. I've been craving a cinnamon roll for a long time, and that's very good.
Today's word of the day is river.
The first buildings in this town were erected in 1909 and 1910, once a branch line of the Canadian Northern Railway reached here from Prince Albert.
Welcome to their new.
And there's another grain elevator right next to the one I stopped at. So this is an abandoned rail line and a perfect spot for lunch. Cute town. Once the railway got here, Shellbrook became a service center for the surrounding farm district, and it still continues to play that role. One more look at Shellbrook, since I had to go around the block before we get back on the main highway. It's also the birthplace of one of Canada's most respected writers, James Sinclair Ross, and also the 15th and current Premier of Saskatchewan, Scott Moe, was also born here.
You'll see more rainbows in the streets, on the sidewalks.
coffee and half a cinnamon roll, I'm about ready to bounce off the walls. Caffeine and sugar high right now. Zing. That was very, very good. Usually, can't remember the last time I had a cinnamon roll. But I feel like the last time I had one, it was gluten-free. Maybe in New York last year with my mom. Maybe yeah, I think I might have shared one with her. Yeah, you know what? At one of our favorite coffee places. And I don't remember it being that good. That it's moist and light, flaky, very sugary. The bottom is caramelized. If you're ever in Shelbourne, go get one. They also had the ones with cream cheese on them, but I felt like that was I couldn't go that far with dairy. And it had a lot of cream cheese on it, and you know, this probably has a little butter in it, so that's enough dairy for me. For my little splurge. My little splurge years ago when I was trying to work out my eating disorders. I had a binge eating disorder for many, many, many years. I actually realized once I got sober, well, when I first got sober, I completely quit sugar. And then I slowly started introducing sugar. And it was only like after I moved out after the divorce that my binge eating picked back up. I went back on sugar. That's what it was. I think I went back on sugar and my binge eating picked up. It was before I was completely clean. But I realized then through my process of healing that my first addiction was sugar. And that I had had a binge eating disorder since I was 14 maybe. Used to pay my brother to ride his bike. I made money babysitting and stuff like that, and I used to pay him money to ride his bike the mile to the store and buy me a bunch of junk food. And because I was too embarrassed, because I always had a weight issue, so I didn't want to go into the store and buy a bunch of junk food. He was extremely skinny, so I'd give him like $5 and I'd be like, back then, go buy me $5 worth of junk food, and I'd just sit in front of the TV and eat until I felt like I was going to get sick. And then as soon as anybody who's had a binge eating disorder, and then like literally like I could never make myself sick. I tried, and so I'd eat and eat and eat and eat until I felt nauseous, and then I'd wait 15 minutes for that to pass, and then start eating again. And so that was my very early. That was early, but I was stealing food and stuff like that. I mean, when I was 7 or 8 years old, going to sugar. So anyway, when I was dealing with my binge eating disorder, when I was still dealing with a lot of my hang-ups on body image and food and exercise and eating and dieting, and I never really did the whole diet thing, but anyway, I was working out a lot, so I was kind of going through this cycle of binge eating and then going to the gym for hours and hours trying to work it off. And my therapist told me one time that, you know, I'd be like, I'm gonna have a cheat day today. She's like, let's reframe that. How about a free day? A cheat day makes it sound like you're doing something wrong, like you're cheating on yourself, and you're not. You know, you're allowed to have a free day. You're allowed every once in a while to treat yourself. Don't view it as a punishment, don't view it as something that you're doing wrong. If we continue to view it as something that you're doing wrong, then you're going to continue to feel like you have to punish yourself for it. And, you know, and that's the whole cycle of eating disorders and binge eating and things like that. So, yeah. So, no cheat days. No cheat days. It's a free day. And so today is a free day. And it was a delicious free day. Very, very good. And, and I haven't had a binge in, God, I don't know, 12 years? I overeat, but I don't binge. Big difference. So, yeah. Any of you overcoming food, eating disorders? And what are some of the things things that you have learned, the tools, a tool or something really helpful that you've learned in your journey toward healing, and how you did it. If you're comfortable, share that below. Maybe it'll help somebody else. Because as women especially, and I know men suffer from it too, but especially as women, all the pressure on us to be skinny, it just really is dangerous, and it really gives us an unhealthy relationship with food. And it's taken me years and years and years to overcome that. But so I can overeat now without binging. Big, huge difference. But yeah, anyway, it's a free day. It's not a cheat day.
Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world.
Good vibrations. Good. You want to sing? You want to sing? You don't know what the hell's going on, do you?
Okay, Canadians, is it always this windy in Saskatchewan? There's 33, 34 mile an hour gusts today, which haven't been horrible. I usually avoid this, but it's for the foreseeable future, and it's been extremely windy every day that I've been here. So is this normal? If so, ew. See that wind blowing that? Yeah, we got a bad crosswind right now. An hour away from the spot I have set for camp, and I have had a tailwind for quite a while, which was nice with the 34 mile an hour gust. Now I've got a crosswind. Not so fun. It's really blowing me all over the place. But looking forward to getting to camp. It's been a long day. I'll get there close to 4, but I'm glad that I got some miles under my belt today, and we took lots of breaks. Be interesting to see where I end up. It's always almost a surprise. I surprise myself because I have a lot of options, and I'll set a route. I'll just set a route to the one that looks most promising. You can't add any notes when you save a route, so it's often a surprise. But this one I'm pretty sure is one that Ralph put down as a potential on his list of potential camping spots for the province, and I think it's on a lake. That'd be cool. Just win. I didn't expect this.
In 24 kilometers, turn left onto Saskatchewan Highway, signs for Hudson Bay.
Yeah, the other way would have been fucking better. Surprise! Jesus. The last thing I said was, at least it's not washboard. We're still 7 kilometers from the turnoff. This whole section was 25 kilometers. this way. Because I only looked at the pin. I mean, as far as roads go, it's not that bad. But, you know, I'm counting down the miles, counting down the minutes, just wanting to get to camp. And surprise! Everything is just falling apart. You're doing good, even though it's very loud, very noisy. It's very noisy. Google. Look at it, it's a paved road. Oh, I think. Yeah. Oh my god. Freaking Google. Really?
Continue on Saskatchewan 9 North for 12 kilometers.
I guarantee the other way was paved. Freaking Google. Ah. And they thought that was going to be faster. Always an adventure. That's for sure. Alright, good news is we're 12 kilometers. What is that? Like 10, 6, 7, a little, about 7 miles to the place where we're going to camp. After a very, very long day, we are almost there. This road is almost worse. Paved isn't always better. This is actually much better. At least it doesn't sound like my whole, I mean, every time I'm on those roads, especially when I'm going that fast, and that road is easier, you know, roads like that are often easier when it's fast. I had to slow down in some parts because it wasn't easier going fast. It really depends on the road. And, but I just imagine, I literally like have visions of all the screws and nuts and bolts of my RV shaking loose. That's an actual vision I have. So, this isn't, it doesn't, I don't get those visions quite so bad. Well, yeah, maybe. All right, a really easy dinner tonight. One of the best things that I love having on hand, which is a super cheap for making stuff yummy, is salsa. And El Gringo salsa, the classic Alberta grown tomatoes. I bought this at the grocery store. And so also it helps cut down on oil. So I just threw a little bit of this in the skillet, chopped up some broccoli pretty small, or not broccoli, cauliflower pretty small, and took some brown rice out of the freezer, and I'm going to throw that in with some tofu for extra protein, because I have these pre-made burgers, vegan burgers. I'm going to throw that in because these are really good. So I'll throw it in and just chop it up for flavor, but that's not enough protein, especially since I ate half of this today. That was my breakfast, so no protein in that. I mean, maybe a little. And then a whole bunch of spinach, and that's going to be dinner. After a really, really long day. It's 5 o'clock. Feels later than that. That's actually, I did pretty well today, actually. I think I left camp at 9:30. 5-hour drive. 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30. Wow. Wow. And it's 4:51. That's impossible. That's an hour and 20 minutes of stops? That seems impossible. 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. Oh, okay. That makes more. Okay. I missed an hour there. 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30. Oh, 2:30. I don't know what okay. So 2.5 hours. That makes much more sense. All right. I meant to pull this brown rice out earlier so that it would be thawed. And I forgot.
You ate a little bit, huh? You had chicken. I gave you some chicken earlier.
So this is a little free campground somewhere in, we're still in Saskatchewan. And I thought, you know, if it's a great spot, I told you it would be a surprise. I thought it was on a lake. It's not. It's on a very low, very, very low river that's more like a swamp. I thought if it was a decent spot, I might stay a couple nights, but I'm not going to. For one thing, there's no walking here. And the other thing, there is road noise, like right there outside my window. When I first got here, I was like, oh, it's not going to be bad. There's hardly any traffic on this road. And since I set up and opened everything up, there's been a little bit of traffic. Nothing bad at all, and I'm sure after dark it'll even be better, but there are some big trucks that go by, so I don't want to be here. It'll be fine for a night. And that means I need to figure out where I'm going to go tomorrow. I wouldn't mind putting in another long day. I need to get some miles put in. And I don't know where anything is. So, and what I'll do is I'll just look at the map. People always ask, how do you figure out where you're going to camp? I'll look at the map. I'll be in Manitoba tomorrow, probably. I think I'll have to double check. I'll start looking at iOverlander, even though the new iOverlander totally sucks. You can only download one area at a time. Here it's one province. In the United States, it's one state. One state at a time, unless you pay, and then you can get 3, and it's $70 a year. Or unlimited is $100 a year for unlimited downloads. And at first it seemed like, change. And it sucks though. I am not happy with the new app at all. It's not easy to use at all. Not like the old one. But now that I've been using it for $70 a year, I think it's $69. Downloading 3 sections isn't that big of a deal. Being able to use only 3 sections. You know, usually, like right now, I wish I could have Saskatchewan and Manitoba, but because I'm in Saskatchewan for services, if I want propane or anything like that, I have to delete Saskatchewan in order to download Manitoba. That's a pain in the ass. I mean, I understand it's free, but they've also put ads on this now. So there's that. There's ads. But anyway, so what I'll do is I will look ahead at iOverlander. I know that I'm heading towards the Great Lakes. That's kind of what I'm thinking now. I'm just going to kind of plow through until I get to Lake Superior, maybe. We'll see how far away that is and see what's on the way. That's what I do. It's like, okay, where's the good camping? I chase the good camping. Where's a good camping? If there's nothing kind of along my route, you know, a general route in the direction I want to go, that might be just a one-nighter, it's like, okay, I'll go to that, and then we'll see what's beyond that. If I find something really good in between, then I might stay a little longer. So, all right, let me finish dinner. I'm hungry. You're tired. Yeah. All right. Hey, the rice is finally starting to get done. We'll throw in the spinach. We'll throw in that. Actually, you know what? And I'll just throw a lid on it. So I do have a little bit of work to do before I can relax. One of the things that I have to do now at the end of every day that I'm filming is download the footage from the dash cam. Otherwise it seems to get overwritten. Clean it up, see what I've got, see what I want to save. The files are really big. They're 4K files. So I also need to clean them up. I need to figure out, I need to cut them down so that I'm saving only the parts that I'm going to use. And otherwise I'm filling up the hard drive on my computer quite quickly. So I got to get that done. My GoPro, which I'm filming on right now, the card on that is also almost full. I could find another card. I have another card somewhere. So I'm going to download that footage as well. I've got a couple emails, a couple sponsor things, questions and things that I need to figure out. So I've got a couple hours of work to do. And then maybe I'll get to relax. Okay. See, tired. Some fresh cherry tomato on top, cilantro, and healthy fat avocado, and that is dinner. I literally threw that together in 10 minutes. So, great road day meal. And this card's running out. See you later. Want another one? You love them, huh? Want another one? Do you want another one? One more? So I was really happy when I found these because she loves bully sticks, but unfortunately a lot of bully sticks are made in China. These aren't. These are sustainably sourced, and they are, I don't know how I found them. They have a money back guarantee, and they're, I don't know, Brazil or something, but they were all on and on about how careful they are about sourcing their products. And I bought these too. These are bison liver. She loves them. She loves them. And I like that they really care about their ingredients for Sadie. So I'm going to put a QR code here if you want to check them out for yourself. They're not a sponsor or anything, but the QR code will take you to their website. And I think they have like a refer a friend. So by using the QR code or the link below, it's like a refer a friend program. So I think I will get like some money off my next order. And you get 10% off your first order and free shipping over a certain amount. So yeah, bullystick.com. Well, I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today. It was a long day on the road, some bumps and bruises and delicious food. Wow, you know what? I might have the rest of that for dessert. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. Be sure to tune in next week for more of my Canadian adventures. And hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below. And if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out when you subscribe and when you watch. And click the bell for notifications so you never miss anything. And even if you've been around for a while, been watching, and you think you subscribed a long time ago, double check because YouTube does unsubscribe unsubscribe people. So just make sure you are still subscribed. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next week. In the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind. I'll see you soon.